Welcome, people. Welcome, people. We are the Unspoken Gems podcast for your mum, for your dad, for your brother, for your sister, for your cousin. We do not discriminate. My name is Kio Apaloo, and to my left, I've got my co-host.
Yeah, myself, Drizz. What's happening?
And today, we've got another special guest. Please announce yourself.
Well, my name is Dor-Dor, official Dor-Dor. What are you saying?
You hear that? People? You hear that? She come and swag that today, do you know what I mean? Green on green, we love it, we love it. So yeah, Dor-Dor, give us a little bit of background about yourself, what you do, where you're from, culture and things like that.
Well, so I was originally born I was born in Germany, and I came here when I was 5 years old, and I grew up here for a bit. Originally, I'm from Ghana, so you know what I'm saying?
We got my black stars. I didn't even know you started, you know.
Really?
Wow, no, I didn't even know. Wow, we got my black stars.
Ghanaian all the way, but where I'm from in Ghana is a town called Volta region, so not many people know about it. Do you know
My
about it?
family's from Volta.
Really?
Yeah. I'm half
Okay,
Ghana, half
okay.
Jamaica, but when they're saying it, just speaking my language. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I'm from Volta region. It's next to Togo, so I'm an Ewa girl. So you know what I'm saying? Beware.
Yeah. That's
But
right.
yeah.
That's right. I'm best smiling that. That was like I
just feel like I'm in the middle.
You don't meet very people from Volta and stuff.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
don't.
It's a very small place. Yeah,
You
very
actually
small
don't.
place. So it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so I grew up in Croydon in London over here, so the ghetto. But I've always wanted to be a dancer, a model, but mainly an artist. So I started dancing and vlogging and YouTubing, and I did that from like 14, and when I got to the age of 17, 18, then that's when now I got into the industry around 2018. So I was like 19 around them times. And yeah, it's been a journey. It hasn't been easy. You know, you will get people that will try to use you or people that will try to take the piss, but it's not easy managing people as well. But the journey was worth it. So now I was able to dance for the biggest names like Wizkid, Steph London, Kevin Little, Tory Lanez, the list goes on. So I'm grateful because, you know, there's things that come easy. So the advice that I like to give to people is just stay consistent and just stick to what you know and practice it, because it doesn't happen in one night. So yeah, and pray as well. If you're a faithful person, whatever you do that makes you stay sane and be a good person, I say do that. So yeah, I did that for a bit. So now where I'm currently at, I'm now starting to do music, and it's all to do with Afro, dancehall, but with R&B and soul to it. So yeah, I'm trying to release my music maybe probably from February, and then just see how people take to it. Hopefully they pop to it and it's a vibe. So
So it's your first time actually releasing music?
yeah, it's my first
How
time.
do you feel? Like it must be quite scary, like how it's gonna go, especially being a dancer, making that transition. It must be quite frightening. How do you feel with doing it?
I feel like at the beginning I was scared, but now I feel like now I'm ready because I've had the right people around me and the right support, and they believe in me, I believe in them. We all support each other, we all eat, so hopefully it goes well because they're vibing to it. I've showed it to my family and friends, they're vibing to it, so I was surprised because, you know, when you're growing up you're trying to sing and they're like, what's that noise?
Them shower singers like, no, but you know, as time you get better, do you know what I mean?
So literally, so hopefully people like it. So yeah.
So when you're talking about your dance, I know you're saying it's hard managing people. I know you've got some sort of like dance company, that agency, am I correct?
Yeah.
So how did you go about creating your agency, and is it solely you that's made the whole agency by yourself?
Yeah, so it's called Amor Royale. So I started that in Corona, and I was doing it for a while before Corona. Like I would just source people, look for venues. That's what I was doing solely anyways as a hobby. And then I was getting told that why don't I just start an agency? So I was scared at first again. But then after a while I started it. And even though it's been a short time, now we've been able to actually do some shows with like Back Row G, and we did Wireless last year as well. So that was the first time that we did that. So, and I did another artist that's called Official Princess Wonder. Okay. So yeah, we did Zlatan as well in O2 and Indigo. So with these small gigs over here, I did some small gigs and some big gigs. It's been an adventure, but also it's been a learning curve, like knowing how to be patient with people and just, you know, just taking your time and not really trying to stress too much in the moment, because these things do happen. So it doesn't come easy. So I'm just trying to move forward with it, get like models, dancers, but also people that are like photographers, studio hires, because I do that now with one of my boys. He has a studio called Creative Art Station in Plumstead. So people normally go there to rehearse. If it's like for, let's say you want a band or just like a big space to do things in there. So I'm just trying to work with more people to plug them in, because I feel like everyone needs the support. So yeah.
That sounds great. It sounds like you're creating a sort of like hub, like a
Yeah.
hub for artists and creative, which is good. And it's crazy, like people don't actually see. You know, when you're just doing a general day-to-day hobby, you're actually building a business.
Yeah.
And it's like somebody has to just tell you, oh, you've got something there, which you never realise. And it's the fact that until they actually tell you. And it's crazy that somebody's told you during Corona, look, you might also do this, and look at the fruits of your labour showing out. Do you know what I mean? You got to dance with Backroad G, Wireless, and stuff like that. So in terms of trying to build it into a bigger hub, obviously now you're going to start doing the singing. Is there something you want to kind of transition that together? Because if you do singing, are you going to stop the dancing completely?
No, I just did.
On music, I should say, not even singing, but music. What, are you going to stop the dancing completely?
No, because I'll do that with my music. So I'll involve like dancers and the dancers that I've got in my agency as well. So it's a thing where it's still involved in a way that I don't have to completely. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it will work in the end, but also I'll definitely need to get help with that, because I think, you know, it will get a bit hectic. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because as much as you've done good building it, it's sustaining it. Yeah. Because you're gonna add more leaves to your tree. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's when it becomes difficult. You need a manager and stuff like that. But yeah, that's great. That's great. So going a bit about your background, knowing you're Ghanaian like myself, who's half. Are you full Ghanaian?
Yeah, I'm full Ghanaian.
Full Ghanaian. Yeah. Okay. And when's the last time you went back to Ghana?
Like 6 years ago.
6 years ago. Okay, that's crazy. And Christmas time, are you aiming to go to Ghana like during Christmas anytime soon? Because I know Ghana's a new spot now.
I know.
New spot, like it's a new spot, housing, everything, parties, everything. It's crazy.
I don't know. I want to try and go. I think like if I go in December, if I'm gonna be doing something there, because normally I like to go back just to see my family and spend time with them, because my dad is currently there. So. And I have a lot of my cousins and my aunties there, so I want to go back to see my family. But I think if I'm going back this time, I want to go do some music out there.
That's great. Yeah. I think that just that that feeling, when you go back to your country and you're going there with a purpose, and you're bringing something there, it's just a different sort of feeling. Do you know what I mean? I get what you're saying. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So you was born in Germany, you said. Wow, can you speak German?
No, I just know a few words.
Wow.
You know?
So when did you come to UK? You said 4?
Like when I was like turning 5, when I was just about to turn 5 years old.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. And you got any siblings?
Yeah, so I've got 3 younger siblings. So I'm the eldest child.
it comes with pros and cons. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
I'm the eldest as well. I know
really?
You.
It's not easy being the eldest child, I swear. But I've got 3 younger siblings. One is here with me, so she's 22, and she's actually going into photography herself. So I'm trying to push her to that and videography. And then there's 2 that are like 8 and 10, I believe, but they're with my dad. So I haven't really met them yet, but I soon meet them. So yeah, that's another story. Yeah.
So you're kind of like the blueprint
of
the family now.
I would say, but I feel like it's kind of been like that from young. You know what I'm saying? Like the way they've raised us to like actually do something with yourself. They don't want us to struggle like the way they did. So, but obviously as an eldest child, there's a lot of pressure. You know, it's getting worse. So
did you go uni and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, coming from a Ghanaian background as well, uni was like, you can be creative as you want. Like me, I love creativity, but I had to go uni. Like it's like if I didn't go uni, it's like
get out of the house.
Get out of the house. It's like it's true. I had to do some sort of. It's
literally.
Crazy. That's why I said, did you go uni?
Well, I had to by force, no question.
Yeah.
Because I was like to my mom one time, I don't want to go uni. She was like, if you don't go uni, you better move out.
It's like
you know what I'm saying?
It's like that. Not even you haven't been bad or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the motivation, but I don't regret going to uni. So I studied events and entertainment management, so it goes with what I'm doing. So hopefully maybe with my agency, I want to start doing like events and other things with the agency as well. So
Wow, and the agency hasn't been going on for that long, and you're already looking at next steps, which is excellent.
Yeah, thank
So,
you.
did you come up with the name and everything yourself?
Well, I came up with the name with like two of my my friends at that time, but they weren't sure about the name. But I was like, I like the name, so I'm gonna take it. So yeah.
So when you were getting people like Backroad G and Dance for Them, how did that go along? Did you kind of like message them, or did they source you out? I know agencies you can just contact them, but how did that work, getting in contact with people like that?
Normally I like, sometimes it happens randomly, like if I'm at a party or an event and then I just see them there and I'm thinking, well, this opportunity might not come again. So you know what I'm saying, man, shoot your shot.
Yeah, I know you mean. Yeah.
So I literally saw his manager there, and then we started speaking, and then I met Backroad, and then we spoke, but that was it. And then I think at a later time, I met one of Backroad's friends, which is called, his name is actually called Ace, so shout out to Ace. And yeah, and then he actually told me that he's actually friends with Backroad. So I was like, this is a small world, because I just met them, and then I just met his best friend. So we've been all working. So he actually, my friend Ace, actually is into like PR, and he's managing one of my good friends called Natalie Okri. So she's an R&B singer herself. So yeah, so he came to tell me about the booking about Wireless. So I said, obviously, I got the dancers there. So I just put that through, and then it happened. So yeah.
That's huge. You know, sometimes when things happen for a reason, it's
Yeah.
not a joke, you know, like
Literally.
who thought them connections can just happen?
Yeah.
You just met him the other day. That's crazy.
But sometimes as well, like when you manifest it, because I really told myself that, I want to do Wireless, but I don't know who with and when. So, you know, when you just put out there and put your focus that this is what you want to do, but you don't know when it will happen and how. So normally it happens like that. So I feel like definitely law of attraction and prayer definitely works. Cause
I think you're right. You see, as I've got older, you kind of, because manifestation, you start figuring, that's not going to happen. As you get older and you see the things that happen in the world today, you start taking prayer more seriously. You start taking manifestation more seriously, because prayer, obviously people think you get closer to the God and that when you get older, but if you do it now, you see the things that will happen in your life, and you appreciate it much more, because like I said, you prayed and these things happen. It's crazy, like manifestation, mood boards, all these kind of things. It's crazy. It's crazy. So would you like to go back to Germany, because obviously that's where you've been born? Would you like to go there?
I'll say yeah.
Because there's so much creative people in Germany, Paris. There's so much at the moment, especially in Europe. So
definitely, I would want to go back there, because I've got my family there that I sometimes see. So I want to go back there and see what maybe I could do there, since I was born there. So yeah.
So you've got a manager at the moment. How did you get your manager? Like, because I know people find it hard, like you said, to get a manager. How do you get a manager? They just come to you? Do you go and look for something for a manager? Is it your friend who says, look, I just manage you? How do you go about getting that?
Again, manifestation.
That's crazy.
Manifestation and prayer, literally. Like, I would just be thinking about these things and manifesting it. And then sometimes, let's say I go to an event. Sometimes, let's say if you go to like these networking events as well, that also happens as well. So it's like you go talk to people and see what you can get out of it. It might not happen at the first one. It might happen at the second one. So yeah, literally that's how it happened. I met them at one of them. I met at my friend's like networking event. The second one, I met him in Carnival.
In
Carnival.
Did you manage to have a proper conversation in Carnival?
Yeah,
I could never have a conversation in Carnival. It's so quick, like, but that's sick. You literally got a manager for Carnival.
Yeah, that's a brief one. We had a brief conversation, and literally it was so crazy how it happened, because I was in the middle of something, and then he was there and he was amazed by it. So he was like, "This girl, she makes it."
So is he managing more than one person?
More than one person. So at the moment it's more than one person. So one to focus more on the branding and marketing. The other one's more on the music side of things. So yeah.
So would he be your same manager for when you actually start releasing music as well, or would you go down a different route for that?
No, I think at the moment the same manager. Yeah.
A lot of some people just move a different manager. I think it's good to keep the same person that's maybe from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think that's wicked.
I think it's better to like create your team and move with the same team. You know, that you lot are solid. Everyone knows one another, knows what they can do, instead of just changing people unless you need to. But yeah.
So when you had to dance with, like, got to dance with Wiz, because they're big names you're mentioning. These are huge names. Like, it must have made you feel like I've made it. Like, how did you stay grounded? Because I know some people get to a certain point and they feel like, I've done it now, or I don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
How do you stay grounded to still look for the next step and look for the next goal?
I think it's just knowing that, like, when you have a certain level that you want to reach solely yourself, not even though you're working with these people, you don't want to get too comfortable.
Yes.
Because if you get comfortable, then I feel like you will get stagnant once you reach a certain point. So you need to keep going till you know you reached your certain goal that you have for yourself and for your family. Because I know that even though I've met these people, is it bringing me the money that I need right now? No.
It's true. No, it's true. It's true.
So I have certain goals that I want to reach. So yeah, it's helped me to meet these people, but also open an eye for me of knowing how to move around certain people and just the business side of things as well. And how I even danced with Wizkid as well was crazy because it was the Afro Republic that he had in 2018. Again, law of attraction manifested that. I was telling myself I'm going to be on that stage, but what we had to go through, me and my girl that's called Stacey, she's one of my good dancers as well. That's a sick dancer. And me and her was going through so many trials and tribulations that day. And and it's like, at one point, I think we was trying to go to one of the studios and our legs were tired. We wanted to give up. We were breaking ankles.
But he just pushed through it.
We had to go, literally. Then after all of that, after going through the trials and tribulation, breaking the ankles, the sweats and the tears, then they announced that there was just auditions for Wizkid after all of that. And I was like, wow. Wow. But at least it showed us that, you know, we have the courage to be able to push through it when we really want something. So
they didn't tell you from the beginning?
No, because that came up last minute. Yeah.
But again, I think it's better like that sometimes.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So God just told you, push through this, put something special there.
Yeah. Literally, that's it. And I was just like, wow. But crazy. It was crazy.
And that was in Indigo O2?
That one was at the O2 Arena. Yeah. It was 20,000 people that day.
Crazy.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
It was just crazy. Like, just the adrenaline and thinking, like, we're actually here? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even think that it was possible because I'm thinking, how am I going to get there? And when I saw that it's possible to actually get there, then I think that gave me the motivation to just keep going. Like, even if something doesn't work out this way, it will always happen another way. Yeah.
I think when you touch something and you feel it, you say, I want this.
Yeah.
And it pushes you to get there again. No, some people never get to that
step.
Yeah. And when you never get to that stage, you never know what it's like to feel like. You feel like when you're there, so it's like you just give up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not getting there, so I just give up. And there's so many talented people that are in that kind of mind frame. They're like, I can't get there, I'm going to give up, and the talent goes to waste.
Yeah.
For example, you've got there and you feel like, I want more.
Yeah.
And I think that's what... I think having hubs and creative places, it allows people to speak to people that have been there and push you more.
Yeah.
It's great.
Definitely, yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
So Carnival, was you on the floats at Carnival? Did you have a float or?
No, I just went there with one of my other girls called Hilary. She's also a dancer. And we was dancing for Princess Wonder that day. So we were literally just trying to practice and we were dancing on the Afrobeat corner.
Oh, okay.
So we just went there, danced, and then we were just enjoying Carnival that day.
How do you source out your dancers? Is it usually just friends or is it like, do you have like, obviously the social media, but is it like videos you can watch? Is there a dancer network you can get dancers from?
It would be like friends, but also when I go to certain shoots, I go and speak to people as well, take their contact. If there's a network event, speak. So just networking with different people, either through friends or parties or shoots, just anywhere possible or even abroad. So yeah.
So your style of dancing, what bracket would you put it under? Or is it like various dancings? Or is it like a niche that you say we specify for this sort of?
I'll say like Afro dancehall, but I can also do like street commercial. Because I started off with street hip hop. That was my main thing. And then I came into like Afro beats and the dancehall as well. So
dancehall is forever changing.
Yeah.
And that's forever. How do you keep like in tune with the new dancehall dancers? Because there's always throwing the broomstick and like flying the plane. There's always something different like that. Like, how do you keep in tune with all these dances?
Sometimes, you know, with TikTok, you always see the challenges as well. So sometimes I go on there and get involved with the challenges on there as well. So I try to stay and keep up with that as well. So yeah, it helps you to just stay up with the trend.
Up to be there. I remember I went to Reggae Bunch last week and I was like, just watching it from afar. Obviously, my mum's half Jamaican, so I know all that kind of stuff. But I was watching, I thought, boy, like some of these dances, like, and they're wicked dances, but it's like people are literally nearly breaking their neck with these dances. I'm like, how do you keep up with that? Like, and saying that, have you had any serious injuries from dancing?
No, I try to take my time because I ain't trying to break a bone. I ain't trying to break.
Boy, I've seen people snap Achilles and stuff like that. It's crazy. What do you think about the dancing like in Jamaica when they like jump from? Because I know that's crazy dancing.
Yeah, it's crazy. But if they can do it, then go you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, like I wouldn't do that personally because I'm scared that I'll break a bone. But I feel like the ones that can do that, I'll let. I was saying I like stuff like that, so
it's different. I think, and it shows not versatility, but different styles. Like you're like an acrobat, you can do different kind of things. You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy, So are you on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok. Yeah.
So you do any challenges and that on TikTok?
I just try to do like some funny content as well to entertain people, but also dance. But add the humour. I like to make people laugh as well. So
which I think is great because knowing you're a dancer, dancers, unless you know that person, you're just seeing them dancing, not actually speaking. So you don't actually get to know the person. So I think the fact that you're on something like TikTok is allowing people to know the dance. Even coming there today, because you're speaking out, you're not dancing. People can actually get to know you as a person. Like you're from Germany, you're Ghanaian. Like, when you say, like I said, when you say you're Ghanaian, I was smiling because like, I would not have known that. Do you know what I mean? So it's good to actually speak to somebody and meet somebody and get to know them a bit better. And again, I've heard so much time when I've been talking to people about creative stuff and talent stuff that so much people go to networking events. Do you think that's really important to stay network?
Definitely.
These events?
Yeah, definitely, because you never know when you actually need that connect and what you lot can do in the future. Like if you tell yourself, oh, I'll do it next time, you're just procrastinating and time is just going. Time is not on our side, so you need to do it now because look at Corona. It came to take 2 years from us, so anything can happen. So you need to try and do it that very moment to reach where you want to reach to.
That's true. Corona was I think Corona, again, it has its pros and cons because it helped so much people, but big businesses, it didn't help them. But again, I think on the creative side of things, it allowed people to use their imagination.
Definitely, definitely.
Because you had to really like go out of the box completely and just find something. And for dancers, because, how did it work for you? Because obviously dancers, you're generally working around people. So how did that work during Corona? How did you like keep the boat floating them times, and what did you do?
I know that there was, you know, when Tori was doing the quarantine radio, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was huge.
So there was other artists that were doing that, so I would jump on their live as well and just actually do proper dancing on there, not twerking. So
so you went on his live as well?
I didn't go on Tori's live.
I went to go on Swarms' live?
Nah.
Okay, their lives are a bit like...
I went on Swarms' live just to say hey, you know what I'm saying, because I actually know, and then I just came off the live. But yeah, I just did a few challenges, and then sometimes there was the Young T and Bugsy one. You know what I'm saying? So me and the dancers all teamed up, and then you did it like from our houses. So yeah, that helped to like actually like grow the engagement, the followers, and then that's when I was creating my agency and things started.
That's wicked. That's wicked. So the agency, so if I wanted to book the agency now, how would I go about doing that? Is there like a website we can go on?
So you just have to just simply send a DM, or you can just email us at officialamourroyale@gmail.com. So yeah.
And is there videos we can watch you guys dancing?
Yeah, there's videos on the page, but also if they want like certain links, I normally send that to clients. So I wouldn't put everything there. I'd normally to clients. So
don't give everything, not reveal all your cards. That's what people do. They just give all the information out to the clients. Like, I've seen everything. You're not really surprising them, but they just look at that and say, I don't want it anymore. That's good. That's good. So. In relation to that, would you like to do any like shows in Africa and stuff like that with your dancers? Yeah,
definitely. Like I want to do it in Africa, I want to do it in Tokyo, like America, everywhere, like internationally. You know what I'm saying? I want to do it internationally because I just want everyone to just like be involved, different cultures, different people, different backgrounds, just everyone to feel happy and to be at one. So
when you start doing your music and hopefully, God willing, you start performing your music, will your dancers come with you? Would it be like a choreographed kind of stage, or are you just going to be solely just singing or dancing, doing your own thing by yourself? Like who does it all? Like a an artist that's like Rihanna, she dances and she sings, would it just be like that, or would you bring your dancers with you?
I think it depends on the shows. You know what I'm saying? That if I can bring the dancers with me, then definitely I'll involve, because I already know who I want to help me to do choreography, the routines and everything. But I think with some of the shows, if it's small shows and there's not enough space, then I wouldn't even bother, because it would just feel crammed up. Yeah, yeah.
Some just look a bit messy, some
Yeah, because I've experienced it and it's not cute.
Doesn't look good at all. I think it might look good on stage for you, but from the outside perspective, it looks a bit crazy.
It looks a bit crazy, so I'm just like, okay, we're not going to do that today. So, yeah.
So your Ghanaian side of the family, going back to Ghanaian side, being a creative, because like I said, if it's not uni and stuff like that, they're a bit, don't do that. How do they feel now? Are they really supportive of you at the moment and what you're doing?
I think, now they're more supportive. Before, they were thinking, what is this like? Because they don't know really about dancing and singing, because...
It's crazy, yeah.
Like, what is that? Is that going to bring money? You know what I'm saying? Because they just don't want the struggle, you know what I'm saying? So they just grow up on based off, like, you know, being a doctor or a pharmacist or dentist, the things that actually bring you money. But now that I think the world has changed and social media has come in, I feel like they're more open to it now. So once I'm doing it more and I'm bringing in money, then, they're more supportive of it.
I think that's crazy as well, like trying to explain to your parents, mum, dad, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Because obviously you have to look at it as our parents come from potentially a third world country, provided for themselves, come to this country, made a good living for them and their kids. They want the best for you as well. But they can obviously see that sometimes that might not work. But like I said, because of social media and the fact is that you can get lucrative businesses out of this, they can accept it. Because I'm always talking to my parents, is like, because I've got a younger sibling, he wants to go into like YouTubing. First he wanted to do coding, wants to go to YouTubing. Mum was like, no. And obviously I had to explain to my mum, Mum, the days have changed now. Obviously, if he wants to go to uni, go to uni, but you have to allow him to do things outside of his uni, because it is lucrative business. But again, not everyone's going to be a KSI. There's only 1 in a million, so it's difficult things. When I say to my brother now, learn the coding and stuff like that, so you're a step ahead. You know what I mean? Because of course, the world at the moment is so competitive. There's always somebody that's doing something that you want to do, and they're doing it better. So how do you enhance that and stuff like that? So does your siblings like look at you and think, oh yeah, my sister's strived and she pushed through? They come to you with advice? Does your younger one want to do anything you're doing?
They've actually come to me for advice, like, even with some of like my nieces and nephews as well, because I want them to just go in the right direction and not really like go in the wrong direction and get involved in the noise and stuff, because I've been there, done that. So I've had to push through all of that to reach to where I reached to today, because if it was me 5 years ago, I'd be a different person. So I just try to advise them, and just so that they don't make the same mistakes that I've done, so that they just make more wiser steps. So
So for life for you 5 years ago, was it a bit difficult, a bit harder?
I think I was just going through a lot of things, you know, just with like certain friends and relationships and stuff like that. Like I was like in a darker space, but now it's like, you know, when you're in a dark space and you now finally came to the light. So I'm just grateful for that, because it was not easy, because I was thinking, when are things going to get better, you know? So
So what kind of like strive you to get out of that dark place? So I think everybody's been there, but it's always about how you got out there. How did you get out of that dark place?
Definitely, it was definitely prayer. And I think it was just now just actually deciding for myself, what do I actually want to do, like in terms of my life, and for things to change. So I think that's when I started going into my dancing more at that time, when I was doing my street and hip hop at that time. And then we was performing, doing the concerts and stuff like that, but that was like little shows that we was doing. So that helped me to take mind off like with things and things that were going on. And then I just pushed through with that, and just with prayer, and eventually after a while I started to enjoy things and get out of my head, because naturally I'm an overthinker. So I just tried to practice. I think I was going on to apps of practicing of like, you know, with the mind, and like thinking more optimistic, and how to just navigate through life, and about divine and all this stuff. But
So did you do that all by yourself, or did you actually go and speak to somebody? Was it just you that actually took it into your own control, or did you get advice from anyone else?
I think at that time I was going through it by myself, but I had a few people that were just literally just randomly pop up to me if they felt like there was maybe something wrong with me. I don't know how they felt it, but they would just randomly message me and just maybe give me a prayer or something and then just disappear, and I wouldn't hear from that person again. So, like
angels coming to your life and God, like, like that,
yeah, so I just push through with that. So it depends on what works for you, of what helps you to, like, you know, just be more optimistic and how to just navigate and stay focused, because you can just easily get distracted by the noise and people and the parties and the events and la. So yeah,
I think the parties as well, especially as we get older, especially if you want to make something of yourself, you have to make them sacrifices sometimes. Nothing wrong with going to parties, don't get me wrong, and enjoying yourself, but sometimes it's the people that make sacrifices who keep the rules at the end. And again, the parties and that can get you in a bad headspace. Because coming home drunk all the time, it's not the best of feelings. No. It's good at the time, don't get me wrong, temporary, it's like lovely, I love this. Coming home in the morning and being drunk and your whole day is wasted. Time is too precious.
Nah, it's too
that
precious.
Whole day could be used on something else. And I get what you're saying, like sometimes just be optimistic, take your head away from this kind of stuff and just concentrate.
Yeah, that's
what
it.
you've done. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, like I keep going back to the agency because it's a big thing. A lot of people, like I said, through COVID was failing. You built an agency during COVID. And that's huge.
Thank you.
And it's still surviving now. You know, some people just build something to keep things floating and say, no, I'm done now, I'm going back to my 9 to 5. You kept it going now and it's huge, and I can only commend you for that, because many people can't do that.
I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So just keep that going and keep that moving, and we want to see you on the main stage. We want to see you on the stage and we're like, we was here with you. Do you know what I mean? Like, we want to see that kind of stuff, because that's what we want to do, like get your message across to people and let people know is like, you can do it. Anything you put your mind to, you can do it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And no matter what you've been through, you've got there, you're doing it, and you can now put that message across to other people.
Yeah, definitely,
Is there anything as well, Doreen, before we let you go, is there anything that you feel like a message you can put across to people that can get them to the same place you're in now? Or for example, a dancer, somebody who's from a African cultural background or any background when their parents are against anything they're doing, what message you can give to them to make them feel like, look, you can get there and still please your family?
I would say definitely, you know, if you're, you know, your mum or dad, whoever that's looking after you, shouting.
Shouting. It's never like, because I know what you're talking about. When you say shouting, I can see it now. You know what I mean? It's never like if they're speaking to you and telling you they're shouting. You know what I mean? I can see it. Whatever that saying, they're shouting. I can see it like
if they're shouting, because I got told by a friend before, don't even bother trying to argue back or even entertain them. Just listen. And just tell them just to be patient with you, even if they're telling you no. Like, just make it seem like, you know, you're agreeing with them, but I shouldn't be saying that, but it's the truth. But just try to stay grounded and just know that if you're actually going to do something, stick with it. Don't say you're going to give up now after the first try, after the second try, after the third try. It might even take 10 times or 20 times. Like, just make sure that you're going to at least keep a vow to yourself that you're going to stick to it and stay focused and actually do the work by actually going to talk to people, networking with them, actually keeping up with them. Don't take the contact, speak to them today, and then don't speak to them for a whole month. You actually have to stay consistent. So stay consistent, and also creating the content as well, because social media is now here. So use social media as well. Use TikTok, use Instagram, and stay consistent, because I've seen dancers that I saw that they were telling me before they want to be a big dancer, and now they're the biggest dancers. Like, I don't know if you know about Rosie Lucci, and she had like purple hair and she's all over.
I'll check her out. I'll definitely check her out.
Yeah, she's a dancer that I met at Ghana Park in a park, I think 2-3 years back, and she was telling me about she really wants to be on this dancing thing. So it's like, to see the growth and actually for her to stay consistent. Now she's probably got, I don't know how many thousands of followers that she's got now. So yeah, I say stay consistent, because it will definitely happen if you believe in it. You also need to believe in it. Believe in it to the point that you actually can feel it, see it, smell it, touch it, you know what I'm saying? That it actually feels real, and you'll see it happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
see that, people? That message is what you need to hear. And I've took that in completely because I was silent. Do you know what I mean? When you're silent, you're taking it in. Drizz? I was taking that in.
Good
but
question.
that's what I'm saying. It was a very good answer, because again, people are gonna watch this and they want to take what they want to take from it.
Yeah.
And even if we show that short clip of what you just said, I'm
Yeah.
sure people absorb that.
Yeah.
Because you're talking sense.
Yeah.
And you've done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all well and good saying, oh yeah, do this, but you haven't done it. You're talking rubbish.
Yeah.
You've done it. So when
Yeah.
it comes
From a real player.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Doreen, thank you. Dor-Dor, thank you very much for that.
That's right.
Most appreciated.
Thank you so much. Thank you
really
for having me.
appreciate you today for coming. And quick one as well, guys. Thank you for the Bag UK for sponsoring us today, supplying the confectionery and the snacks and all them American sweets you can't get in the UK. We've imported it especially for you guys today and for Dor-Dor to take away and just enjoy it. So thank you, the Bag UK. And once again, Dor-Dor, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me. I've enjoyed it, literally, because this is actually my first podcast as well, like speaking about I'm saying my